Hello, everybody, and welcome. Having successfully completed our task of being promoted to the Football League, today we're going to have our end of season review and transfer special. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode number 34 of To Be a Legend FM 26 style. We start a series, of course, managing Radcliffe, known as the Borough, for FM 26, and we've just completed our second season, season 26 and 27, and this is our end of season review and transfer special. My name's Mark, and thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the series so far. Today we'll have a look at what's been going on and what we're going to do, whether we need to bring in some players and those players that we bring in, and so on and so forth, all coming up on today's episode. But just to recap, first of all, the title win, of course, in the end, 97 points from 46 games. We were just 2 points clear of Carlisle in second place, with York, Rochdale, Hartlepool, Fylde and Scunthorpe all managing to get through to the playoffs. We'll be having a roundup of who succeeded out of that lot to get promoted with us. And the other end of the table, Maidenhead United, Bournemouth, Woking and Wealdstone all getting relegated. So that's today's episode. What we're going to do to start off with is we're going to have a roundup of the 26-27 season with the end of season review. Well, I don't like the end of season reviews. It doesn't do like it used to. You go through players and how you did in competitions and all the rest of it. It doesn't happen like that now. Hopefully it's something that Football Manager will bring back in FM 27. We can only hope. And it is one of the hopes. The competitions we were in this season, FA Cup, we got knocked out in the FA Cup second round, which means that we actually did get past the first round. I think that was further than we've ever been in the competition before. We joined it in the fourth qualifying round. We beat Hemel Town 4-0, then beat Wealdstone 2-1, a side that we'd beaten by a huge margin earlier in the season. 8-2 we beat them earlier in the season, but we did manage to get past them. It was at their place, whereas I think we beat them at our place 8-2. So, yeah, FA Cup second round, got knocked out by Fleetwood Town in the end. Fleetwood, I think, are a League Two side, so that's what we're wanting to be next season. So sides that we should be being. We didn't get beaten to death. We give them a good game, and I think probably deserved to have our chances. It was pretty even Stevens. They had 11 shots, 4 on target. We have 14 and 4 on target. Only 45% of the possession compared to their 55% of the possession. Farrell Willis and Coughlin, the scorers for Fleetwood Town. Enright getting one of his rare goals for us in the end. Well, actually, I think he scored about 12 in the end. But, yeah, he scored on 45 minutes to make it 2-1 at half-time. And we just couldn't find a way through in the second half to get a winning goal. So we got knocked out of the FA Cup in the second round. But as I say, we did go further than we've ever been before. As far as the FA Trophy was concerned, we had a decent run in this one as well. We picked it up in the third round. We beat Gateshead, who knocked us out, I think, previously in other competitions. Let's have a quick look. They knocked us out in the FA Trophy the previous season by a 0-0, but we beat them 4-0 in this one. Good result there. The fourth round, it was a 1-1 draw against Chatham, side we should have beaten, and just managed to survive on penalties. A close 1-0 win against Totton in the fifth round gave us a quarter-final tie against Buxton, previous incumbents of the To Be a Legend scenario. Or was it from the bottom to the top? I can't remember. But anyway, one of the sides that we've had in one of our other series in previous FM cycles. but we lost this one 1-1 on penalties. Didn't lose, just didn't beat them on penalties. So that was the trophies, the two competitions that we were in for this season. But of course, the big one was to try and get promoted out of the National League. And we started our campaign at home to Hartlepool. It was a 2-2 draw on opening day. Hubbold and Whittingham, the scorers for us. McNally and Reed, the scorers for Hartlepool. And, well, it wasn't to be, was it? We didn't have that fantastic start, but we did win our first away game in the National League. We beat Totton by 2-0. Harper on 30 minutes, Rawsthorne on 64. Didn't see too much of him. And De Silva getting a consolation goal for Tottenham, as it turned out. 2-1 win then, our first win in the National League. But then we went on a run of 2 games without a win. A 1-1 draw against Yeovil, 2-0 win against Fylde, and then we had that huge win against Wealdstone. Crooks, Green, Harper, Partington, Park, Robinson got a brace, and Whittingham the scorers. Malif and Nakamara the scorers for Wealdstone. But I mean, we were 3-0 up after 7 minutes, and we just really just went on to have a really good game. That sort of sent a bit of a wobble on, because then we had a 2-2 draw against Altrincham, a 2-2 draw against Forest Green. We lost 3-0 to Halifax Town, but back to winning ways against Morecambe away from home, 5-1 in that game, and then lost 2 more games to Rochdale 1-0, and Carlisle, team that really was breathing down our necks in the latter stages of the season, 5-3. But then we went on an unbeaten run from the start of October until the 6th of December was the next time. In fact, that wasn't in the National League, was it? In the National League, that was in the FA Cup. In the National League, we didn't lose again until we played Accrington Stanley in March. That was a huge run of results, and in fact, after that loss, if I can find it again, that loss to Carlisle, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, about 27 games without losing, and that was a big turnaround in our season, if at all possible. Right, having just gone through that and explained how we got on after that loss, then we had a loss to Accrington Stanley, as I say, 4-1, and then losing to York City, and on the final day of the season. So we only had 3 losses in that final run-in all the way through. Just as a point of thing, after 10 games, we were 11th in the table, 13 points. We'd won 3, drawn 4, lost 3. After 20 games, we were 10th with 33 points, 9 wins, 7 draws and 4 losses. And then after 30 games, we'd won 18 times, 8 draws and 4 losses, so and 62 points. So just shows you how we picked up the points as the season wore on. As I said, we have got the playoffs still to come, but we will round up on the league table right now. As we usually do, our deep dive into the table. Let's go for the first half of the season. Start off with, I just might need to just click on here because I've noticed that this doesn't quite do the sorting for us. So we have to ask it to sort, basically. First half of the season, we were down in 5th place after 23 games, 43 points from our first 23 games. We won 12, drawn 7, lost 4 games, and we were tucked behind Altrincham, Fylde, Rochdale and Hartlepool. Hartlepool had 50 points from their first 23 games of the season. So they were motoring. For sure. Second half of the season, apart from Carlisle, we had 54 points from the second half of the season. Only lost 3 times in that second half. Fylde, Halifax Town and Rochdale were the teams that we lost against. And as you can see, pretty much followed a pattern by the time we got to this stage of the season. It was pretty much straightforward. Home record was... we were 4th best in the league. York City had the best home record, never lost at home all season. 23 games played, they won 15, drew 18, lost none, and they had a goal difference of plus 26. We won 15, drew 5, lost 3, had a goal difference of plus 31, picking up 50 points at home for the season. I mean, it was only 3 points different from York, but all said and done, it was a good home record. Away from home, we were best. We only lost 4 times away from home. Fylde, Halifax, Rochdale and Carlisle, the teams that we lost against. 47 points we picked up on the road, and that is really promotion fodder for that. Carlisle next best on 44, then Rochdale and Scunthorpe also on 44. They also had very good away records, as did Hartlepool and York, and you can see why they all finished up in the playoff places. Combined then, this is the combined record, and as you see, we were top. Carlisle second on 95, York and Rochdale on 93, separated by goal difference. Hartlepool finishing 5th on 86, Fylde 6th on 85, and Scunthorpe on 74. As we said earlier, Maidenhead, Bournemouth, Woking and Wealdstone all getting relegated. The media prediction at the start of the season, they predicted that York would get promoted. We were predicted to finish 13th, and of course we finished first. 20-1 we were expected. Wealdstone were expected to go down, so that was pretty much expected that they would make the drop. Right. That has brought you up to date with our season. We'll have a quick look now, if we can. I've got to try and work out how we do it. Is look at the club records. If we go in here, I think we can. Staff, club vision. Is it in squad? It might be in squad overview, possibly. Where are we? I think this is the way we can do it. I can't think of any other way of doing it, to be fair. Right, top goal scorers for the season. Danny Elliott scored 24 goals out of 26 appearances, 14 from the bench. In fact, I think that must probably be about 40 appearances. Or was it 26 appearances, 12 from the bench? I can't remember quite how this works. But anyway, 24 goals and 4 assists. Danny Angel, who was out on loan, scored 29 times, didn't score for us, and he's still not got a work permit either. Not sure we're going to get one. Deverne Green had 18 and 12 assists. Luke Enright, 14 goals and 4 assists. Matt Whittingham, 12 and 18. Top assists was Matt Whittingham. Fraser Harper, 10 and 8. So there you can see how that all panned out. Let's just do that the right way around. As you say, Matt Whittingham and Deverne Green, the most assists for the season. Top rating, Danny Elliott 7.24, Jack Robinson 7.16, Adam Crooks 7.13, Paul Doyle 7.1, and then come Neil Byrne and a load of others on right the way down to Fraser Harper, who also picked up a 7 for his. Harvey Cartwright getting a 6.99 from that. Let's have a quick look at the recruitment, transfer history, who we brought in and all the rest of it. Can we filter out? I'm not sure. All transfers. yeah, we'll leave it at that. Loads of free agents coming in, as you will see. Danny Angel came in. I think we're going to probably have to sell him on and get some money for him. Max Thompson, Alfie Lewis, some of these players, I'm not sure are still with us. Adam Crooks, Tom Pugh, Ben Hurty. As you'll see, Alfie Lewis, I think, is players that we've brought back in a second time. Luke Enright came in on loan, of course. Raheem Shackelford, he had a good season, 35 games played, 7 assists, 1 player of the match. We didn't do a player of the match, did we? Need to check that out in a minute. We go down here a little bit. We can actually see, hopefully, loads of free agents. Obviously, we started to bring in some trialists for the new season, as well as you will see in our list of players. Harvey Cartwright, of course, coming in because of the problems that we had with. I think some of these are duplicated, to be fair. Did Harvey Cartwright? I think we must have renewed his thing, and then he ended up signing for us, which I think is probably what that one is at the bottom down here. So that's where we've actually signed him in the second place. And going out, of course, Callum McFadden, Hewelt, Hubbold went out on loan, and a number of others going out on loan. Cyan Taylor, Danny Angel, of course, going to Bastia, Liam Cuthbert, Josh Coxall. Anyway, that's a roundup of a transfer activity. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump forward to the 1st of July. We'll bring you up to date of who gets promoted along with us and have a look and see how our transfer activity is going. Well, as you come back and join us, we have had the playoff rounds. We're on the 24th of June, just ahead of the 1st of July. And Hartlepool lose to Fylde with Rochdale beating Scunthorpe in the first round of the playoffs. And then they went on to the semi-finals where Carlisle faced Fylde. They won on penalties. Both these games ended in penalties. York City beating Rochdale on penalties to set up a final against Carlisle and York City. And the final ended up, as you've probably seen on the right here, actually, Carlisle 4, York City 2. So it does mean that Carlisle will end up following us up to League 2. We'll meet them again next season. They tracked us pretty much all the way. And I guess, ultimately, because of their season, deserved to get promoted with us. So that's how it ended up. What we do, the predicted season preview, the predicted league looked like that. I think we did say, I think we were down in 13th, but actually, according to this, should have been in 14th place. The Media Dream 11 don't think included any of our players, as it turned out, even at the end of the season. Right, we are going to come back with the fixtures for the new season and a roundup of the transfers. We've moved forward to the 6th of July, and this is the fixtures, our first punt in League 2 in the Football League. We've got 3 friendlies set up at the moment. Well, I think we're probably going to try and set another one up. But our opening 2 games in League 2, which we will feature in the next episode, Bradford City away at the University of Bradford City, Bradford Stadium. And then our first home game in the Football League is against Cheltenham Town. Cheltenham Town is who we do. And then we face our first ever game in the Caribou Cup at home to Norwich City. That will be in the next episode, as well as our trip to local rivals, Tranmere. Prenton Park is where we go for that one. And we may well fire. I don't know. We'll see how we go. May well finish off the opening run of games if we face Exeter and Bromley as well, and then we'll jump forward. I'm on holiday next week, which means I want to try and record some episodes so that they come out on time, but more about that in due course. So that is our fixtures. Around about Christmas time we will play Walsall on Boxing Day at home. And then New Year's Day we are away. We're at home to Southend as well. And then at the end of the season we face Carlisle and Wimbledon. That's who we face. Early skirmishes. Can we have a look at? I think we can, but we need to go in here to do it. Let's have a look and see what the media are predicting. Can we do that in here? I think we can do it in here. There we go. Media predictions for the new season. Peterborough to be promoted as champions. Bristol Rovers, Bradford City. Not forgetting that 3 go up. Is it 3 or 4 go up from this league? I think it might be 4 actually. Bradford City and Port Vale. So we face Bradford City on the opening day of the season, and they are one of the sides expected to go up. 2 go down. Radcliffe and Barrow are the 2 sides expected to go down. We are expected to drop back out again. Let's hope not. It would be very nice to survive. We will do our best in that one. So that is the media prediction. Do we get a chance to look? I'm not sure if we can have a look at the media Dream 11. I'm not sure how you look at the media Dream 11 in here anymore. No, I don't think we can. We'll fathom it out at some point or other as to how to find that. But as I said, opening day against Bradford City, one of the sides expected to go up. Transfer wise, what has been going on? Has there been any activity? Has there been anything going on? Nothing. As you will see, nothing has happened today. I don't think there's actually anything, because sometimes you get stuff going on that drops into the previous season if you do it before the cut-off, but nothing at all. So we have no incomings. We have got a few. Have we got anybody? I don't think we have got anybody on trial either at the moment. It's all very, very quiet on the transfer front. Let's just sort this into some sort of order. That's better. So yeah, as I say, nothing happening at the moment, which means we will jump forward to the beginning of August, I think it is, when we will in fact no, because opening fixtures, going back here, opening fixtures are on the 31st of July, so we'll come back just prior to that, when we finished the friendlies, and bring you up to date with the transfers and stuff ahead of the new season. And you come back and join us the day before the start of the new season. And as is usual in FM, we've obviously, and I'm sure you experienced this, we've tried to bring in a raft of players. Some we've got, some we haven't. Well, we've had quite a few on trial with us. As you will remember, one particular player that we've managed to get in. We brought him in not last season, season before, when we were in the National League North. And he played really well for us on loan. Tried to bring him back in last season. Absolutely, flatly refused to come and join us. Wouldn't have anything to do with us. He has been released by Sheffield United. We've brought him in on trial, and then we've assigned him. And that is Marshall Francis, is a Radcliffe player, a bona fide player. He signed a contract for 2 years. He's here until 2029, and well, he's off to a stonking start, to be fair, in the games. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But Marshall Francis has joined us. Harry Kazvasi, I think Kavasavi. Perhaps it's just as well he didn't join us. He's gone to Dagenham Redbridge. He did come in. He did score some goals for us as well, which was a very good. Alfie Fiskin, also he was in. He's gone elsewhere. there you can see there's Marshall Francis as we signed him. We've got a number of other players. It's not easy to follow this now because it used to be able to separate it up. I'm not sure you can. Player trials, clash and clause, no loan deals, transfers, free transfers. That's the way to do it. Right. Okay. So we've got the players in. Marshall Francis has come in. We've just seen him. We've also brought in Farrell Brown, who was at Hull City. He had him on trial. He's come in on a free. He He's reasonably good. His jumping reach isn't fantastic, but he's an attacking midfielder, left or right, so he can play down both wings. Can play in central of the park, but he's not absolutely fantastic in those positions. And we've also brought in Finn Welsh, from Norwich. We had him on trial, released from Norwich, had him on trial, and he's come in on a free. He is a central midfielder, plays in as an attacking midfield or in that midfield, can also play up front if we need him to, can also play as a defensive midfielder as well. So he can play down the centre spine of the park. Rio Clegg, he's gone to Dorking on a free as well. I don't think we've brought anybody in. Released players, I think this shows you the release players. Lewis Rawthorne, he's been released. Cyan Taylor, Oliver Thornley, Liam Cuthbert, they've all been released as non-starters, basically, is where we are. Player trials, we've still got a raft of players in on trial. More about them as we come. I think there are some irons in the fire. I think we've got some players that we're looking at. If I can look in here now, transfer activity. Here we go. We've looked at Sammy Robinson. So these are the positions that we think we need to really give ourselves a little bit of extra. Wing back, no viable backup for Shackelford, but Sammy Robinson. So we have Robinson potentially on both wings, both full-back positions. We're looking at him, Sammy Robinson. He is from Kidderminster Harriers, Hereford, played in the lower leagues, but he looks reasonably good so far. Jamie Stott, he is a defender, can play on the left side of defence, so he will possibly come in. He's from Ireland, really. Played in Coleraine and Derry City recently. Chris Merry, he is a defensive midfielder, can also play as a left-sided defender as well. He was released by Fylde, played for Fylde last season, so we probably saw him in our travels. Charlie O'Connell, he is a right-sided defender, mainly central defence. Came from, or can potentially come from Boreham Wood. And then we've got Lemar Gordon. These are all lower league players. Leighton Orient and Havant and Waterlooville, originally from Fulham. So he's come through their academy. And also possibly Lewis Richardson, who we've been trying to bring in for a while. He is also from Boreham Wood, originally from Burnley, but we've not been able to bring him in. Just managed to bring him in on trial. We'll see how he fits into the side. Looking at the fixtures then, we finished our friendly pre-season, a 7-0 win against Avro, 3-0 win against Forest Green. We lost 2-1 to Preston, but we weren't blown away with this. Finn Welsh, you will see, scored for us. I was going to look at the stats, wasn't I? There we go. Stats wise, 10 shots, 5 on target there, 14 shots, 7 on target, 1.83 RXG. Their goalkeeper was in good form, kept us out. So we really could have won that game. And then against Dagenham and Redbridge, again, we came up against a very good goalkeeper, Luthra. for Dagenham Redbridge. We had 20 shots, 14 on target. We should have won this game wholesale, apart from their goalkeeper. They had 5 shots, just 2 on target. They scored with one of them. They got the opening goal, and Welsh getting the equaliser on full time. Did he score in this one as well? He did. So Finn Welsh has been scoring well. Brown and Gordon, the 2 wide players, scoring against Forest Green. And then Marshall Francis getting 4 goals on his first game for us. And I think he'd signed permanently at that point. Casavos getting a brace, but as I say, he's gone elsewhere. And Matt Whittingham, the scorers, which leaves us very nicely for the opening day of the new season. Bradford City at Bradford at the University of Bradford Stadium. I hope you can join me for that, and that will be followed by our first ever home game against Cheltenham. And I do hope you will be able to join me for that. But I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, or you're new to the series, then please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, and that will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend as they are released. And the best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel is follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 35, and it's our first 2 games of the new season. Till next time, goodbye.